Hey babe, was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once
Okay.
through my homegirl a while ago. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time. And second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people, probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. And
Okay.
it's nice going, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. I'm a very observant person, so I started noticing people's orders, and they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. So something, I don't know what it was, at a certain point of the night after, people was, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, just stop and pay for your meal.
Smart man.
Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways, and he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl. I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl.
Couple things. One, I would never understand going out with women who are your friends. No offense to this man, I think he called them babes. Maybe he's a gay dude and that's just his friend or whatever. But me personally, as a straight man, I don't believe in having female friends. So that's one. The other thing is these groups go out and eat and they just start ordering, as he said, truffle fries, an exuberant amount of food where you know good and goddamn well if they was solo or if they knew for a fact that they'd have to front the bill, they'd be a lot more modest in their order. And the last thing I'll say real quick is the birthday girl. The fact that people think just because of your birthday, you don't have to take care of anything, that's fine if your group already knows this ahead of time. That's fine. They want to take you out for a treat. But the way that these groups, and they tend to be mostly, largely, majority women, they go out and just splurge on these huge bills at these restaurants and act perplexed when it's time to pay. Like, cough up some coin, yo.
So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card. Nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a shit show. The person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, hey, what are we doing about the bill? So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally, she's like, all right, well, who's gonna put down on the bill? So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally, another girl in the group was like, well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and, everybody just pay you back? My homegirl, she say no. Like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. Da, 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 da. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself.
Damn
because,
right.
First of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food restaurant public setting and embarrass myself because y'all don't have y'all shit together.
I ain't mad at that.
I don't do that. I don't play that. My shit is already taken care of. My bill is taken care of, tipped out, tipped beautifully. My bill came up to $100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip.
Still, right? That's a nice chunk of change.
So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend, so she's staying trying to figure things out and stuff like that, arguing things like that with people. I'm not doing that. So I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, His bill's already taken care of. He took, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked, looking like...
Because he ain't no goddamn fool. He saw where this was headed, and he acted accordingly. Smart man.
I'm hitting the door by now. I'm gone. I'm out. I get, by the time I get home, about an hour, I would say, later, I get a long text message from my homegirl. I think that it was real rude what you did at my homegirl's birthday dinner.
Of course.
I don't know where that type of etiquette came from. Da, 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 da. I texted her back a simple IDC. Okay. I can accept this point of view. I can understand how you could feel this way. But let me add a little bit of context.
And if you're listening and not watching, he's responded to a comment that says, I would have been mad that you didn't pull me with you so we both could have paid at the bar and been gone. Chick, you better keep your head on the swivel.
To this situation. To begin, anybody that knows me enough that we're going out and hanging out knows that I'm really zero tolerance for any type of BS. That's to begin with. Like, anybody knows that Storm will remove himself out of any situation that is unbecoming. You're sitting at the table arguing and getting into it with these people at this nice, fancy restaurant. She knew that I was going to leave. She knows that I don't play that. She knows that. And that's why she wasn't mad that I left. She specifically was not mad that I left. She was mad that I did not contribute to the big bill.
Which is BS in itself. He said the bill was about $3,500. He said there was 12 to 15 people there. Let's just say 10 people to make it easy math. That'd be $350 a piece, which again, in my opinion, doesn't seem like a lot of money, but also at the same time, if you didn't order $300 worth of food, as his bill was only $100, why should he have to pay triple what his actual bill was because y'all want to ball out and buy a whole bunch of expensive stuff, man? No, it's crazy, bro. F that.
That's why she was mad. She sat there and threw her hands up and made it very crystal clear that she wasn't going to use her card, but in the same breath turned around and was arguing at people about who was going to pay the bill at the table, and not once was saying, oh, I'm going to pay you back, I'll cash app you, let me Zelle you. So my thing is, why are you so worried about who's going to pay this bill, but at the same time, you're not reconfirming anything that you're going to pay them back?
Exactly.
Just like your homegirl. And another thing I want to point out, she wasn't going to leave that dinner regardless, even if I told her that I paid for my bill, which is why I didn't tell her. Because this, again, is her good homegirl. This is her best friend. So she's at the table trying to figure this all out with her homegirl. So I'm like, I'm not the best friend in this situation. I'm just the plus one. I don't know nobody at this table. My homegirl knows everybody at this table. So her dealing with all these people, that's her business. And lastly,
not to mention he didn't even know these people.
Out because of this. Our relationship, our friendship did not end because of this situation. After the next day, we kind of giggled it off, and we kind of agreed to disagree, because to this same day, even after she seen this video, we got on the phone and she was like, Storm, you could have paid more on that bill. And I'm like, girl, what do you mean I could have paid more on the bill?
See, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
It wasn't the fact that he left. The fact is, majority of the times when these big groups go out on birthdays and things like that, they try to do a couple things. One, birthday girl don't have to pay. So there's one person that's not paying for tons of food that she's about to digest. The other thing is that, and I've seen this with another clip, when a group of women went out, same thing for a birthday, and it was one woman in the group was actually married and her husband was there. They all turned around and looked at the one male on the table to pay for all the bills.
This group of women are getting called out for forcing the only man at the table to pay for them. This man and his wife were celebrating another friend's birthday, and a group of them went out to dinner. However, when the man requested separate checks, you can clearly hear the other women getting very upset.
Can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate checks. Dang, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
No, but I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl.
But you invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you.
The man was willing to pay for his wife and the birthday girl, but the other friends wanted their bill paid for as well. However, it was over $700, and when he still refused, everyone at the table started calling him cheap.
I've done the big dinner thing with family members, so it's a bunch of us, but we're all related, like cousins and things like that, and we have no problems splitting the bill. But don't be going out with a bunch of broke people, a bunch of strangers, and a bunch of people you don't know. Because you don't know them, you have no idea their financial capabilities. Gonna have you busting suds in the back because can't nobody afford to pay the bill. But you guys let me know in the comments. Am I wrong on this? Is he wrong on this? You guys think he should have stayed in front of the bill? You guys let me know in the comments. Do Better Squad. Ball up.